Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a reading today for your twin flame journey. So I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing separations or challenges in your connection. And also I do tend to channel from the divine feminine's perspective, since that is the majority of my viewers. So at the end of the day, you just want to take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. Also too, I do tend to say he or him for masculine and she or her for feminine. It's just the way that I channel. So of course, just apply the energies, how they resonate for your exact connection. All the decks I'll be using are actually created by myself today and will be listed down below. And some of the decks are actually sold out on my site, on my US site. And so you can purchase these decks on my international site. And I have currently reduced all prices on my international site just to kind of cushion the blow of any additional charges for shipping, etc. So anyways, this particular organite is called the Twin Flame Pyramid, created by Michelle from Wing & Bell. So why don't we just go ahead and dive right into it? I did create an outline today. So hopefully you guys will find this reading helpful for your twin flame journey. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the masculine's energy and just kind of see where is the masculine at currently, just in general. We're going to go into my Earth and Sky Oracle. Let's see what the energy looks like for the masculine. Where's the masculine at in his headspace right now on his journey? We have the Archer. So masculine is coming through as Sagittarius energy. Okay, doesn't mean the masculine has to be a Sagittarius, but the Sagittarian energy is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about philosophy, belief systems, expansion of the mind, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and read the keywords here. We have freedom, loving, and spontaneous. We also have philosophical and humorous, outspoken, and brutal honesty. So masculine could be finding his voice, or he could be really speaking his truth right now, just being very authentic, and also even loving freedom. Sometimes Sagittarius people like to travel as well. So masculine could be traveling right now, or just really looking to expand his horizons. The dates 11/22 to 12/21 could also be significant for this masculine or this connection. So let's see what else is going on for the masculine. We can see his headspace is very much in all of that energy. Maybe even just being honest, brutally honest with himself, brutally honest with other people. What's going on in his emotions? Ooh, we have the horse. I kind of like this because the Archer is usually on a horse, right? It's like that half horse, half man. So I think that's very interesting here. But the horse represents active and energetic energy, clever and witty, agile and quick, vain or extravagant. So to me, this is very much about moving forward in life, very action-oriented energy, just really just expansion. That's the biggest energy I'm getting here for masculine. A lot of expansion, moving forward, broadening horizons, maybe even traveling, okay? Let's go ahead and get an overall energy for masculine. We have the stork. Stork is about movement, okay? Stork is definitely about movement. It says arrivals and deliveries, fresh and new starts, announcements or stirring of events. So what does the stork represent? The stork represents the birthing of new things, but it also is about moving. Things are moving. Things are stirring up. So a lot of movement here, a lot of activity, a lot of expansion, a lot of growth, etc. So I really like to see all of those energies for this masculine right now. So why don't we take a look and see where is masculine right now towards the feminine, okay? What are the energies? Let's go into my Arrows of Love Oracle. Where's masculine at when it comes to this feminine currently? Okay, so we have delight and desire. So there might be something where when he thinks about this feminine, it's a very delight type of feeling. And also he could desire something with the feminine right now. Let's see what else. We have love language. He might desire to have a conversation with her. And this might be where some of this honesty, right? That brutal honesty, ready to be honest, ready to basically have a conversation. And it's a deep one. It has something to do with his feelings. It has something to do with communicating something from the heart. So I feel like maybe there's something happening in the masculine's world right now where it's actually pushing him towards making a conversation with the feminine, opening up a new door with her, arriving. This also says announcements, could be announcing something to the feminine, bringing forth a message, really thinking about this for sure. This is my Arrows of Love Tarot. Let's get some details on some of the stirring of events and feelings and conversation. Ooh, we have the Five of Swords, Five of Arrows, unfair. Five of Swords definitely is a card of feeling defeated, and also something may have gone down where it was just really not fair the way that things ended or the way that things went down. So masculine may want to apologize for something. Masculine may just kind of feel defeated right now where he can't really open up this line of communication with feminine. Either way, I feel like there is this struggle. There's a struggle with this energy. Oh yeah, Eight of Cups, departure. I do feel like the way that masculine perhaps left the feminine's life or kind of exited or departed was unfair. Maybe he didn't explain things. Maybe he could have just ghosted her. Maybe he just didn't explain, was not forthcoming with information as to why he was feeling what he was feeling or what was going on. But I feel like right now masculine is in a state where he is willing to be honest with her. And now that brutal honesty, he could have actually been brutal with something that he said too. And maybe now in retrospect feels how unfair that actually was, how that may have made her feel. So there is something about taking accountability for his words and also taking accountability for his actions and wanting to perhaps do something new and create some change or movement in their connection moving forward. The Eight of Cups is also a card of evolution. So after masculine may have departed from her life, or maybe feminine also departed from his life, there has been some sort of ascension and growth here. So it's like, because of this, now we can change things for the better. How can we make this situation better? There's expansion and growth available with that Sagittarius energy. So let's go into a combination of my decks here. Twin flame messages number 1 and 2. And see what words masculine has in his headspace. Oh, we have we will be together again. So masculine's actually telling feminine that he does want to be with her again. He wants to communicate with her again. He realizes that it was unfair the way things ended, and so he'd like an opportunity perhaps to put things back together. I know I screwed things up and I honestly have no idea how to fix it. So yes, masculine does feel like his behavior in the past was unfair, screwed things up. He is trying to figure out how to fix it. He's trying to be honest with himself about it, honest with feminine about it as well. And we have, I'm trying to do the honorable thing. So the honorable thing is the right thing. Sometimes the right thing is the hardest thing to do. So I feel like if there is this pause in activity right now, or there's been a pause in activity for a while with this masculine, he's trying to figure out how to fix this and how to do the right thing, the honorable thing. But he does desire to be with the feminine again and have a conversation with her. So that's clearly coming through. Why do we see where the feminine is at with masculine? We're actually just see where the feminine's at in general, and then we'll go into where she's at towards masculine. We have the dog for feminine, loyal and trustworthy, reliable and dependable, friendly and fun, anxious and irritable. Okay, so feminine could very much be spending a lot of time with friends, family, people that she trusts. There could also be this feeling where her trust is being tested, her loyalty, the people around her. Are they trustworthy? Are they reliable? Are they dependable? It may be that there's a lot of lessons coming through family and friends. A lot of the time, our ascension takes place with the people that are in our lives, not just with the masculine. So I feel like she could be really learning a lot through the people that are around her, and could even also feel a little anxious and irritable, as in, why are certain things happening? What does this lesson mean? What does it have to teach me? Etc. Okay, so there is that energy. What else? We have wood. Positive attitude, growth mindset, cooperates with others, generous and giving. Okay, so Yes, this could be an energy right now where feminine is experiencing a lot of activity with others, as in there's a lot of friendly energy around her. There's a lot of things that are happening where she's having a good time. She's able to trust people again. She has this positive attitude. She's growing. Things are just basically working very nicely. There's a lot of generosity and giving, okay? But I do feel like for some feminines, there's a lesson in some of that. You have to sometimes learn certain things that maybe not everybody that you come across has your best intentions at heart. Sometimes people are just rotten. Sometimes people are narcissistic. So there are some lessons I feel for the feminine in certain areas. And I feel like other feminines are actually kind of past some of that lesson. And they're just experiencing a lot of good times with other people. And last one. Rooster. Talkative and outspoken, amusing and popular, attractive and striking, annoying and cocky. Interesting. So remember this mental, I forgot to say, this is the mental energy, this is the emotional energy, and this is just kind of the overall energy. So there's definitely some sort of social activity going on here where there's, a lot of people that are maybe coming towards the feminine, or she's feeling quite drawn to other people at this time. There is a lesson in all of it for her. And I feel that as long as she can kind of recognize certain behaviors within others or herself and kind of just make sure that she keeps healthy boundaries, I think that this can be a very positive experience for her. Okay, so let's see where she is feeling towards masculine. What is she feeling towards masculine right now? Interesting. Old footage. She wants to eject an old tape. She doesn't want to keep replaying the same tape over and over again. She's looking to eject something. Doesn't want that. Ooh, and we have integrity. Interesting. So it's kind of like, and I've gotten this energy from feminine before. If you can't come correct and if you can't be honest, then don't come at all. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in just this talk. Mean what you say. So I kind of like that we have this masculine coming through with this deep conversation. Deep is meaningful. Deep, there's substance there. It's not just surface crap. So I do like this because feminine's energy right now, in a way, is kind of speaking to masculine that, hey, if you do come back, you need to come correct. You need to come honest. You need to be able to be reliable. I need to be able to rely and depend on what you're saying. So if you're not ready, then it's probably best that you continue to stay away. Okay? So I feel like feminine is just in a serious energy where she's not really looking to waste any more time. She's looking to expand growth mindsets. See, she wants to cooperate. She doesn't want to have issues and problems. I mean, she realizes that sometimes relationships and situations take work, but she's looking for things to just kind of evolve and flow, not this constant chaos. She's just not looking for that. Keeper of flames. Love this. Very fiery. She's very confident. That's the feminine. She's very, very confident. Okay. And if masculine cannot see her as this queen, it's almost like she's not going to continue to invest in that type of a person. So even some of you feminines, you might even get to a point where you're just like, you know what? I may have considered this person, my masculine, on my journey at this time, but things are shifting and changing for me. I'm evolving. And as I'm evolving on my journey, that's okay. The person that I maybe thought was my person, maybe was just my person at this time to get me to this point, but doesn't need to be my person from here on out. That's why I always tell people, don't label people specifically. Don't put someone in a box, because when we do that, you're not giving yourself that room to evolve past this person if that's really where this journey is taking you. Okay? Sometimes people want to stay toxic. Sometimes people can't change. Sometimes people don't want to change. So the last thing that you want to do is connect yourself to somebody who's just chronically toxic that can't evolve or change. So sometimes you do have to eject people from your life. Sometimes you do have to eject this old story that just no longer resonates for your journey. There's nothing wrong with upgrading, you guys. So if this particular person that you thought is this or that or whatever, give yourself that room to grow and to shift and to change and to evolve. Okay? Because wherever you're at vibrationally is what you're going to attract to you. Okay? So don't be afraid to change, you guys. So that keeper of flames, she's keeping her flame lit, and she's fiery, and she's ready to go for whoever is going to see her worth and her value, and that's coming towards her. She's not chasing anyone. She is not in that energy at all. People are coming to her. She is attractive. She is popular. People are coming to her. What did I say? She's letting things flow. She's not chasing. She's also not afraid to start a new cycle in her life. She's not afraid to eject the old footage and turn a new wheel and turn and go towards a new destined path, you know? So when we think about destiny, right, that could be like a blueprint of what we came here to do. But the thing is, we do have the free will to make changes, you guys, on our destined path. So when we're in the ebb of flow, Wheel of Fortune is actually connected to Sagittarius. So I definitely feel like, yes, this is confirming this is about the masculine. It's about her journey. It's about how she's feeling right now, etc. So we are going to go ahead and go into a combination of thoughts here for feminine to masculine. Energy she's holding. I keep comparing others to you, of course. I mean, there's a lot of this attraction here. She feels very on fire for her masculine. We could see it with this too. She feels very attracted to her masculine. But again, she's not willing to sell herself short if he can't be open and honest and reliable and dependable. She's not going to do that. I don't think I can take your reaction right now. Again, if you can't come to me correct, then don't come at all. Okay? I'm also getting too that she's starting to see that maybe there is light outside of the masculine. Okay? She's starting to see that there might be a life beyond this masculine. She's starting to see a glimpse that perhaps there might be a different destiny or path that's opening up for her that does not include this masculine. Some of you guys are there on this journey, and that's okay. Because it doesn't have to be, this is your masculine where you started with, and this is where you end. You know, it's like you've got to keep yourself free and let yourself just grow and evolve. And wherever that ebb and flow takes you is what's meant for you, really. So I don't know if I can meet your expectations. Again, your expectations, if you expect me to sit around and wait, if you expect me to downplay my needs, that's not going to work for me. So if she is in this position where she's having to change or she's having to accept less than she deserves, she's not into this. She is willing to eject this masculine from her life because she knows her worth and she knows her value, you guys. So did you see how this masculine and all the energy that he is in is reacting to this feminine's vibration, knows he needs to change, knows he needs to make a move, knows he needs to be honest, knows he needs to make communication, knows he needs to apologize, all these things. If he wants to be with feminine again, he knows he's going to have to do the honorable thing. You see that? So it's, you guys are energetically speaking to one another. You guys are energetically interacting. So he's either going to level up or he's not going to. He will fade from your life and you will go in another direction, feminine. It's okay. It is okay. So now let's go ahead and go into this shared energy. So what is the shared energy between you two? Where is the shared energy? Because we can already see that you guys are energetically kind of going back and forth, but what's the shared energy? So we're going to go into my divine feminine healing. Shared energy between masculine and feminine. We have bitterness. We also have creator. And we have mourning. All right, so I do not engage in gossip about others, as to do so only breeds negativity. Do unto others what you would have done unto you. So this is very much about treating other people the way that you would want to be treated. So any kind of bitterness that we're feeling, any kind of unforgiveness that we're feeling, any kind of bitterness that we've experienced either from other people, you learn. That's the thing. Sometimes you don't really truly understand what someone else feels until you go through or something that they went through or step into their shoes. That's how lessons are learned. That's how people evolve. This is how people truly understand how they've impacted other people's lives, are by going through certain things that they've gone through as well. Similar. So I feel like both feminine and masculine are experiencing things by seeing things from each other's perspective, or also seeing things from other people's perspective in their lives. They're learning in that way. And that's a beautiful thing. So we also have, I manifest my own reality with the thoughts and words, or with my thoughts and words. So I create my reality with what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. So if we don't like what's showing up in our world, we know that we need to make an adjustment within ourselves. So both feminine and masculine realize how important their words and their actions and their thoughts and energy fields are. Now we also have mourning. I realize that all endings are opportunities to start anew. I like this because I feel like feminine and masculine are both willing to learn from the past, but also to evolve and change for the future so they can start fresh and start new. And if it's not together, they're not going to stay in that mourning state. They're going to realize that maybe sometimes things do end in order for us to evolve and grow and move forward in a new way. So let's go ahead and go into some shared thoughts with my Divine Masculine revelations. Puzzled. Something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. So both feminine and masculine are still kind of trying to put the puzzle pieces back together of themselves, okay? So there's still some missing pieces. There's still some puzzle pieces here. There's still some confusion as to exactly how this would work, but they're working on themselves to put the pieces back together. They're not looking at each other for the missing piece. That's the thing. When we look outside of ourselves to complete ourselves, we're going to end up empty every time. And we have lessons. That's what I got with this bitterness energy. Karma is a bitch. I finally got mine. I finally understand how you feel. I finally understand why you may have done what you've done. That's another thing. Sometimes it's not like, yes, I've stepped into other people's shoes where I'm like, oh my God, now I understand how they must have felt when I did that. Wow. But sometimes what ends up happening too is that either I'll do something and I'll realize, oh my God, I really didn't mean to do that to that person, but I can understand that my insecurity or my just complete just thoughtlessness, just like I didn't even mean it, but I can understand how this person took this so personally. And then it helps me to realize, wow, when I took this so personally, when this person did this to me, we realize that sometimes our own feelings have more to do with what we're feeling than what the other person actually intended. So it helps us not to take everything so personally. Sometimes people are not out to get us. Sometimes people just truly are just, they just are just not unevolved, but just like aren't thinking. Or they just weren't really personalizing that. I hope I'm explaining that right. So it's an opportunity for us to see things that, another thing too, and not to say that this is okay at all, but when someone lies to you or does something to you, it's not about you. It's about them. But so many times we take it personally, like, I'm not good enough. They lied to me because they're trying to hurt me. They're trying to disrespect me. They're trying to get away with something. Sometimes those things are true, but not always. Sometimes people are cowards. Sometimes people do not have the tools in order to have those honest conversations. So sometimes we want to villainize people and say they're evil. And sometimes it's just a lack of tools. It could even be some sort of trauma or abuse that they went through and they just still have not healed. So when we can see things from a more evolved space, it doesn't have to be so chaotic or so villainous or so poisonous. Sometimes a lot of those just assumptions can really create more just trauma than even needs to be there. I hope that makes sense. So I just feel like masculine and feminine are just realizing that some of their own thoughts are actually creating some of that chaos. A lot of their own feelings, a lot of their own unresolved issues are creating a lot of this bitterness and this energy. But they're also learning and evolving by taking into consideration how other people may have felt or how they impacted each other, etc. I like that. So to me, this is growth mindset. This is expansion, and both masculine and feminine got that energy. All right. So now we're going to go into where is this connection at right now on its ascension path. Okay. So where is this connection on the ascension path? We're going to go into my twin flame journey oracle. We're also going to go into my twin flame journey tarot and my depths of the sea oracle. Where is this connection at on its ascension path? We have spellbound, siren. This tells me here that there's still something that we're bound to. We're bound to a feeling. We're bound to some sort of, like, we're confused. I feel that's probably why the puzzled energy came here. I'm still kind of puzzled. I'm still spellbound by something. I'm still just kind of bound to a feeling or harping on a particular emotion. So it's kind of keeping things a little skewed. We have intoxication and spellbound. Wow. It could also be, you guys, that someone has an addiction here. Somebody has an addiction. Somebody might also be codependent in another situation. And so it's keeping things bound at the moment. It's keeping a situation from really evolving to the next level. I feel like there's a lot of this feeling of intention of wanting to move forward, but maybe this is what's physically causing it to not happen yet or at this time. Yeah, conversation. So there's a conversation that definitely wants to take place here in this connection. We saw it in the beginning on the masculine side, really desiring to have a deep conversation with this feminine, but there's something either holding him back, which is fear, or some sort of an addiction, or way of thinking, emotions, okay? Being in a negative headspace, or this could be something going on in the feminine's life, or it could just be simply fear. I'm bound under the spell of fear. Okay? Conclusion. Yeah, there's something in the air that like both of you guys want to come to a conclusion. Both of you guys want to turn the key and open up a new door, but something is preventing this right now. There's an intoxication somewhere. So somebody might be focused on the abandonment. Somebody also might be focused in childhood. Maybe some of us don't even realize it, but we're still bound by our abandonment issues. We're still focused on maybe the departure, the way someone left. That did come up. We might not be able to forgive it. We might not be able to get past it. Somebody might also have fear of being abandoned. They're afraid to come back. They're afraid that maybe they are not going to be able to turn over a new leaf. They're afraid that you won't be there, feminine. That could be it as well. So there's a lot of fear around making communication or contact, but we do have understanding that this is the only way. So I feel like both feminine and masculine realize that the only way that they can turn a key is if there's a conversation. There's an honest, deep conversation that takes place. There is really no other way. There really is no other way. So let's either make it or break it. Something has to happen though. Something has to change here. We have to turn a key. And if we can't turn a key, we can't move forward. See, a lot of this energy is coming from masculine, you guys. Okay. The Emperor is also about taking control. So the masculine, and it's not to say, oh, masculine has to do this. Feminine, just sit back and do nothing. No. But I do feel like a majority of this energy is the masculine sphere. He is afraid to turn a new key. He is afraid to open up a door here. He is afraid. He's intoxicated by this fear to have this conversation. He may fear that the way that he exited is just too much. See, look at that. Justice, soul contract. He still feels like this tie to this feminine. And until this is balanced, it's almost like he's going to be bound to the feminine forever. He's going to constantly feel this void in his life until he turns this key and has this conversation. So I almost feel like this masculine feels hostage and bound to this feminine until he has this conversation with her. Feminine, you might feel the same, but I feel like you're willing to eject the tape and move forward with your life. This masculine's really struggling. Look at that. We have defense mechanism. This masculine is afraid that this feminine is going to have her defenses up and that she is not going to let him in, that she won't understand where he's coming from or won't be able to forgive him for what he has done in the past. That's for some of you guys. But I also feel like this masculine knows that he needs to fight, meaning he needs to really make an effort because feminine may have already done a lot here. And so the feminine might be at that point where she's just like, I've done enough. I've already tried. I've already attempted and you weren't having it or you screwed me over. So now this has to come from you. That's literally what I'm getting on this reading here. Feminines and masculines that may have just, this is the point that you're at. It's a make it or break it. And some sort of effort needs to come from masculine, or he has to get over this fear. It also could be that he has to break a contract with someone else. He has to abandon this contract, and he might be intoxicated and spellbound and codependent on another situation, either a relationship, a marriage, or an addiction. That needs to be broken, because if it's not, then this conversation or turning a new key or turning over a new leaf in this connection, it can't happen. So someone is really struggling right now to figure this out. So let's go into a lot of those shadows, fears, and karmic lessons. This is my twin flame journey shadows. What are some of these karmic lessons coming up? We have invading. Somebody is afraid to invade someone's life. I don't want to invade your privacy. I don't want to invade your life. This is my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. Why? What is this invading energy about? Boiling point. 10 of Wands. It's too much. I can't deal with it. It's too overwhelming. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Doom and gloom. Dang. It's just like someone's in a real negative headspace, though, when it comes to something. They just feel very overwhelmed. Yeah, so it's like they do nothing. 6 of Swords. They just choose to just do nothing. So I really feel like there is this feeling where, well, it's been too long or too much has happened. So it's just, what's the point? So it's so overwhelming. Rather than try to make a move, rather than try to come forward, it's just easier to just not come forward. So we can already see the torment here. A lot of torment here. This is my Mystics Midnight Oracle. Yeah, look at that. Maggots turned off, repulsed, displeased. Yeah, somebody really feels that their behavior from the past is just so repulsive that if they came forward, you would just be like, I don't know. That's just what I'm getting. So remember, this is the shadow. This is the fear. This is my Midnight Tarot. Let's see what some of these details are about. Oh my God. So I think it's interesting because we actually had the Queen of Wands and now we have the King of Wands in this reading today. So this is coming through as this energy. Masculine, I feel, knows that he would really, really have to be in this headspace of just going for it, doing it, not worrying about whether feminine's going to be turned off, displeased, or repulsed. He knows that he has to tear down his defenses and he has to make a move. Absolutely knows without a shadow of a doubt that he has to make the move. And he's trying to restore himself with that 4 of Swords. He is trying to, in a way, kind of like resurrect himself, peel himself off of this bed, this resting place where no activity is happening. And Lord of Hell, he's got to take that risk. That's the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy. This is definitely masculine. So it's not to put everything on the masculine, you guys, but I really feel that right now what's happening in this twin flame connection, if you're resonating with this energy today, is that this masculine needs to take a risk, needs to be the one to push for this conversation, needs to be the one to make the move. The feminine has either tried or she's in a position where he really needs to come correct, or she's just going to eject this tape and move on with her life. And it's like he's feeling the pressure. That's what I'm getting here. So a lot of the shadow is coming through for masculine. So how is Spirit assisting at this particular time? How is Spirit helping to assist both this masculine and feminine? Let's see. All right, so this is my Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. What spirits are present in this connection, helping to guide and assist? What is Spirit of the Elephant? Community, social, and companionship. Wow. I did feel that feminine had a lot of social energy. So a lot of the social activity going on for feminine right now, there is something that's helping her to grow and evolve, as well as gain that support that she needs during this time on her journey. I'm seeing that. Masculine as well. Spirit of the Witch, helping to figure out what is it that we are feeling, thinking, what can we do with this energy? How can we create? So Spirit of the Witch. The witch is a manifester, somebody who takes things and creates their reality. Remember, we had that creator energy. That's the witch. And we have Spirit of St. Nicholas. Love that. Gifts, generosity, and assistance. So some of you guys could be working with St. Nicholas, connected to St. Nicholas. But at the end of the day, this is, the assistance of a saint, the assistance of doing something nice. So somebody gifting you, I feel like their community, there's people around, both masculine and feminine, that are giving or assisting in a way to help masculine and feminine kind of grow. That's what I'm seeing here. So this is my connections for the modern world. We have quite the pair, companionship. Yeah, there's something about two people or just several people coming together in a community to help masculine and feminine grow, to help them evolve. So other people are important on the journey right now. Yeah, see, community, there it is. It's just being confirmed. Community. Other people right now are really key in masculine and feminine's growth and development right now. And some of these connections can be problematic, karmic. I'm getting too, where there's a lesson for you. You're learning how to value yourself. You're learning how to set healthy boundaries with people. Interesting. And it could be quite climatic, meaning it's just like coming to a head, like, whoa, it's very intense energy. But guess what? When things happen sometimes with other people, it really helps us to kind of see who we are, what we truly want, our worth, our value, what we're going to put up and what we're not going to put up with. So sometimes things can be intense in these other relationships or other connections. This is my Tall Tales Cat Crew. Yeah, it helps and pushes us to find a solution. Remember we had the conclusion card, you guys? That was earlier. That was the connection. This helps us to evolve. It helps us to find solutions on who we are, what we're worth, what we'll deal with, what we won't deal with, etc., how we value ourselves. So it's pushing us to evolve big time so we can always love ourselves first. See? So this solution really, and everything that's going on with other people, they are assisting us with our growth, our development, and figuring out what we actually are looking for, how we want to connect. So how you guys are connecting with friends and family, that shows you something about your vibration. So pay attention to those relationships because it's showing you what you're creating in your life. So if you're in drama, if there's a lot of things that are happening to you, you're realizing what you're doing is you're coming closer and closer to what you're truly looking for. You're coming closer to what you actually want to start attracting to your life. You're getting rid of all of the stuff and letting it all fall away, of anything that's toxic or anything that you're just not feeling that vibe with. So other people, our community, are assisting us with what we actually are truly looking for, helping us to come into vibrational match with it, helping us to find solution as to, maybe things that we're bringing to the table, learning lessons, etc. But at the end of the day, guys, it's helping us to love ourselves and to put our own needs first. And it's not a selfish thing. But if some of you guys are struggling with like codependency, where you're always looking to save people, or you're always ending up in these toxic relationships or these toxic friendships or these toxic dynamics, there's a reason, because there's something about the way that you value yourself, which may not be enough. So this is providing you the opportunity to start to really love yourself, heal yourself, value yourself, etc. And this will have a lot to do with the next go around with your connection, if that's truly what's meant to be. So now we're going to go ahead and end this reading with signs for the journey ahead. Okay. So how are our angels and our guides assisting us with numbers that we're seeing, or certain signs when it comes to either objects, animals, colors, numbers, seasons, etc.? So the decks we're going to be using here, we've got my charm card, signs from Spirit Love Oracle, and my twin flame angel numbers. So let's see what numbers are important right now on our journey. Oh my gosh, I love this. 1133. So talk about love yourself first. Commit to being the best version of yourself and enjoy the positive impact it has on your connection. See, the kind of connection that you have with yourself it's really going to dictate all the relationships that come into your life. So again, like I just said, if you're finding that a lot of your relationships, friendships, situations in your life are chaotic, that right there is coming to a climax for a reason, because it's pushing you further and further away from loving yourself, but it's actually pushing you towards loving yourself at the same time. So in a way, kind of enjoy the waves right now, because it is pushing you towards ascension. It's pushing you towards change. So if you guys are seeing 11s or 33s, this has something to do with lessons in loving yourself. Be the best version that you can be of yourself. Okay? Love that. So let's go ahead and put that there. What other number is significant? We have 229. Patience is required as one twin is still struggling to gain clarity with current challenges. So it is saying that there is one twin, and I'm going to say it. I feel it's masculine. We've seen a lot of struggle in this reading with masculine. Masculine is still struggling right now to gain clarity with current challenges that he is experiencing either within or just outside of himself. So patience doesn't mean I'm putting my life on hold and I'm waiting for this masculine. I'm actually seeing that feminine is in quite the opposite energy. And that's one of the reasons when she commits to being the best version of herself, she's actually going to enjoy the positive impact that it has, not only on her own life, but also on this connection. Because people that are just putting their lives on hold for other people are not happy people. And when you're in that vibration, other people are not drawn to you, and they're not magnetically attracted to want to come back to your life. It's actually the repulsive energy of the maggots. It actually pushes people further and further away because they feel that pressure. They feel that heaviness that you're putting all these expectations on them for your happiness. People are turned off by that. So this is an energy thing. We're just going with the flow. We're not in that energy of being desperate or waiting. We realize that we have more worth and value than that. And there you go. Period. 404. What is meant for you will never be held from you. Have faith that Spirit is taking care of everything. Again, when we just have faith that, whether this masculine and you are going to be together, or whether there might be someone else or something else in mind for you, you have faith that you are on a path towards ascension, no matter what that looks like, no matter who it involves. You have that trust and faith. And when you just let go and you go with that flow, it is amazing the things that show up in your life. It's like freaking magic. But when we're putting our lives on hold, you guys, and we're waiting around for other people, misery, absolute freaking misery and chaos. So charm cards. Let's see what else we got. Dream catcher. Defensive. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I had a dream. It wasn't last night. It was the night before. Man. I'm like, I don't know where the heck that came from, but it was just horrible. And I realized that there's some certain things that when they come up in your dreams, there's still a part of you that's holding on to something. Okay. So it's coming up for a reason. It's coming up in order to show you something. So I'm getting here that Spirit is telling us right now, not only with these numbers and these messages, but to pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams do mean something, but they may not be exactly how they're coming through, but they represent some sort of fear or unresolved issue that you're still holding on to. Some of you guys might feel drawn to actually get a dream catcher to help you with any kind of nightmares or unpleasant dreams that are coming through. But pay attention. That's for both twin flames, you guys, and not just the person watching the video. It's for both twin flames. And we have Harlequin masking. Yes, whatever we are hiding from, whatever we are trying to suppress, guess what? It will come through. It always does. Whatever we repress finds a way to come through. And it usually comes through our dreams. It usually comes through during times where our defenses are actually down, where we're not actively masking. Our defenses are down when we're sleeping, you guys. That's why I feel the dream catcher is coming through as just telling us that whatever is coming up for us when our defenses are down. Oh, what's also interesting, you guys? 7 of Wands, defense mechanism. That was in the connection. That was something about where the connection is at right now in its evolution stage and its ascension stage. Defense mechanism. So our defenses are literally being unmasked. Our defense mechanisms are coming down so we can deal with it, so we can feel that energy, so we can heal it. We have to, in order to heal it, we have to feel it. That's it. All right, let's see what else. Green, I love it. So what is green? Green's many things. But the first thing that I'm getting here is that this green has to do with our heart chakra, our feelings, feelings of forgiveness, also those abandonment issues that came up earlier in the reading, okay? But it's for our overall health, peace of mind, our well-being, okay? So when we're in this state of grief, then more grief is going to grow out of that energy. More heartache, more sadness. What we focus on, we create more of. Remember, that manifestation energy is very, very prominent in this reading with the creator and the witch. So whatever energy that we are in, we are actually creating more of that. So do you want to create more abundantly in pain and sadness, doom and gloom? Or do we want to be in that growth mindset, which I did see feminine definitely is, and masculine is too. But let's focus on those positives. Let's focus on things that we can control. And things that we can control are, you guys, are ourselves. You cannot control your twin flame, okay? You can't control other people. You might think that you can, but you can't. You can only control yourself. You can only control what comes up for you with your own energy. So if you don't like what's showing up, take the time to make healthier choices, healthier mindsets, healthier decisions, maybe surrounding yourself in healthier environments. This will bring about changes for you. So green is huge when it comes to things that are abundantly showing up in your life, as well as your heart chakra. What's really in your heart will show up in your life. So if we don't like it, let's get healthier. Let's make the change. And we have red rose, enchanted. What's interesting is that in the very beginning of the reading, we did have intoxication and we also had spellbound. Now we have enchanted. So there is this very magical energy in this connection. Both masculine and feminine feel it. They both feel drawn to it. Okay? But there's a fine line. When it becomes unhealthy for you, when it becomes obsessive, this is when we know it's not good. When you feel like you need something, it's all you're thinking about. You really depend on it. You have to have it. You feel like you're going to die without it. There is an imbalance here. So we need to pay attention to that, you guys. We need to pay attention of what energy we're in and why we're feeling what we're feeling. Maybe we need to take a break, a nice healthy break. And I'm just going to throw it out there. It could be a healthy break from social media, good old social media. It could be a break from TV, the news, whatever. Let's take a break. Whatever we are addicted to or enchanted by, because I did kind of get that energy that was connected to the masculine. We need to get healthier. We need to make healthier choices. If we're not healthy and we're not in that healthy mindset, then we're not going to experience prosperity and positivity and joy and happiness with others. It's just not possible. Everything in our lives are going to become chaotic. Interesting, red and green, and we also had Saint Nick, something about Christmas. And we have energy alignment. So and when I just said that, there's a reason. I feel like something is coming into energetic alignment during that period of time. The very first reading that we did get was Sagittarius energy. Okay? Sagittarius is during December. 11/22 to 11/21, so the holidays. Even though 12/21, it's not 12/25, but I feel like there's something to do with the months of November or December specifically because of that red and green, where there's going to be this energetic alignment where we might be seeing names, our person's names, or they're seeing our names, and it's helping us to come into alignment with what we truly desire and what we truly want. And we can see from this reading that masculine truly desires to contact feminine, to communicate with her, to have that deep conversation. So this could literally be a possibility for some of you twin flames out there, that your masculine is going to call you or text you or reach out to you to have this deep conversation. Okay, so that's what we have. Christmas rose. I don't know what that means, but that's also coming through as well. Somebody might even be gifting you roses, sending you flowers, because they are feeling so in alignment with contacting you or needing to show you something, to provide some sort of information for you, is what I'm getting here. So anyways, you guys, I really hope that was helpful to some of you guys out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an incredible day. Thank you so much. Bye.